Testing, one, two. Hello, thank you for watching Big Jug Trucker Girls channel. Today is a better day than yesterday. Um, I'm gonna talk about Incab and inspections for Arizona, right? And then I'm gonna talk about pre-trip, right? What I figured out. I've been studying these past few days, and I realized that it is a little easier, especially if you've already, memorized your pre-trip form A, B, and C, and your coupling, your Incab, and your air brakes. If you've already studied that, then this is even more easier. So I was tripping in the beginning when I said I was a little upset because I had to relearn everything because I didn't realize that I already knew everything. So today is a happier day for me, and I'll explain why. So the air brakes for Arizona is much easier because um, just it's just a little bit of differences, but it's nothing major. So, for people that's in my class that's thinking about um, going to Arizona, I think it's a good choice. I think it's more comfortable choice. You might be spending an extra $1,000, but it's worth it in the end because you don't have to worry about all the negative energy that you would get at the location that you're gonna test at, right? The regular location, right? So uh my thing is I feel like it's much easier because as soon as you get in the cab, and then just say that you're gonna check your ABS light and check your trailer light and look in the mirror, make sure that you see the light come on and off, and then you do your safe start, right? So then while it's safe start, you know, while it's like building max air pressure is what I'm trying to say, that's when you just do your in cap. Just do it real quick, right? And then once it cuts out, then you do your applied air leakage test. You do your low air warning device test, and you just change it to 60 psi instead of 55. And then when you do your spring brake pop out test, you don't call it a spring brake pop out test. You would basically say it's a parking and emergency brake pop out test, right? And then at 45, 20 psi, same thing. So then when you do the brake test, then you're not testing your trailer brakes, which is cool because you usually get confused at that point. You can get confused. So um, it's almost like fail proof if you study. So you just for the brake test you would test your parking brake, your emergency brake, and your service brake. It's so easy, right? And then after that you would ask the examiner to get out and check the lights, right? So after they do the four-way flashers, left, right, fog lights, high beam, low beam lights, all that good stuff, then you get out and then you start with your form B. So I noticed that the difference between Arizona's pre-trip and where I'm from, my pre-trip, is that they actually, where I'm from, they will say Form A, Form B, Form C. But Arizona, they say the names. So it's still Form A, Form B, but you just got to pay attention. They say, I'm looking at the cards, by the way, driver's door area, right? So another tip I have for people that's trying to study their pre-trip, you think it doesn't work, but flashcards are really good. Um, that's how it helped me to like really memorize fast. So like for each section, I use a different color so I won't get confused. So I know this is the front of the vehicle. The green is the front of the vehicle. And then the blue one for me, the blue one is open the hood, and that's the passenger side. So easy. And then the driver's side is pink. So that way I know, that I'm on the next topic, and I even changed the ink that I wrote with: purple ink, pink ink. I got creative. So it helped me. I memorized it in 2 days, different way, right? I'm excited. I'm excited because I finally got it. So, for the Arizona, you wouldn't say I'm gonna do my coupling right now. You would just say the front of, uh, like the trailer, if that makes sense. I'm gonna do the front bottom of the trailer right now. Or, that's how you do it. That's how you say it. It's like the side and the rear of the tractor. Side and the rear, side and the rear of the tractor. You just say, okay, I'm going to go to the side rear of the tractor and I'm going to talk about my glad hands. I'm going to talk about, and they don't say like illegally welded. They say, not damaged, secure. Same thing. It's just you leaving off illegally welded, So you go to the steering assembly. So steering assembly would be form A. It's easy because it's like common sense. Like, okay, if you want to talk about your steering assembly, then you would say all the things that makes the truck steer, like the steering box, the drive shaft. It makes sense. Like, the U bolts, well, not the U bolts, but the U joints that connects to it. So it's like I got a little bit um nervous because I thought I had to relearn the whole thing, but it's easier for me. So yeah. Um and then it repeats itself too. Like, so when I was looking at these three little pieces of paper that I had versus that big old book that I had in the beginning, um it repeats itself. Like, it says brake assembly on the back rear of the trailer. Then you have um the tires. I have three sections for tires, and it's like, okay, if you study the first one, the tire assembly is going to be the steer tires. The second tire assembly that you would talk about is the drive tires, and then they don't call it rear tires there, they call it trailer tires. So it's cool to know both ends. So I'm excited. And I've been practicing my parallel blind side. I've been doing really well with that, and I'm not intimidated anymore. So if anybody is intimidated about going to Arizona, you should actually be excited about going. But yeah, that's all I wanted to mention, is that the pre-trip is much more easier and makes sense. So thank you for watching Big Jug Trucker Girls channel, and I'm excited about Arizona again. I think I talked about everything I wanted to. Oh, one more thing about the air brakes inspection. I figured out the rate of buildup. I think I already figured it out, but I really know it now. So the only difference between the regular air brake test and the rate of buildup uh, test is, on the regular air brakes test, right? You do your second safe start, right? So on the Arizona way, when you do your second safe start, that's when you do your rate of buildup. That's it. So basically, when you do your second safe start, you're just like, okay, uh, I just safe started my truck. I'm waiting for max air pressure of 120 to 140 psi. Once my needle hits 85 psi, I'm going to count 45 seconds on my watch until it gets to 100 psi, and it has to reach from 85 to 100 psi within 45 seconds. And then you do the timer, and then it'll be like 30 seconds and it'll get to 100 psi, and then you say, okay, it's done now. And then you say, now I'm still waiting for my cutout, and that's it. And then after that, that's when you go into your brake test. But instead of putting your gear shifter in low gear, which is one, like that, to the left, down, you're going to put it in fourth gear. And then you're going to say that you don't have to shock your wheels at this time because it's in a fourth gear. I figured it out. So, anyways, I'm excited about it. I'm so happy. I'm so happy I didn't give up, because I came a long way and I know how to drive. It's just a little bump in the road. But yeah, like I said before, thank you for watching Big Judge Truck Girls channel. And I hope you guys have a good day.